Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to episode 61 of the Producer Diaries podcast. This is the first in-person one. It's taken us 60 episodes to get here. We're here in Manchester at NQ Studio, here with the usuals, Ocean and LB. And of course, we've got the main man, Ibrahim.
Special guest.
The mastermind behind a lot of the footage that we record. Man, you filmed a lot of sessions, actually.
I know it's been...
Been in some legendary sessions.
I've been in more sessions than some artists have been.
For real. What do you think the best one's been?
Cyprus.
Yeah.
Of course. That was legendary.
The weather, the vibe. You had Gami, Chucky, like Jack and everyone was there as well.
Yeah.
And everything, every day was a good day.
Yeah, it was, man. That was actually a sick trip.
Yeah. I was saying yesterday,
that a lot, don't we?
I feel like we worked hard on that trip though as well. We got a lot out of it. A lot of content.
Every day, like, we was filming basically until about 7 or 8, and then we'd just go for our meals and stuff in the evening. But every day was full, always filming. Yeah, it was sick.
Man, we speak about that a lot, don't we? I feel we really need to book another trip.
Oh gosh, you said it again.
So
It's so funny because Jack was like, every single episode, or was it you yesterday? You said like every 2 episodes we say the same thing.
Every episode, every like 2 or 3 weeks, LB would be like, we should go on another trip. It's been a while. And then you talk about the memories. It was a good trip. We've done a lot though, that's the thing. Like,
yeah, we have.
Belgium, Netherlands and...
Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
Yeah. Berlin. Yeah. Where else have we done? We did a few London trips that we kind of forgot about too. Like Jack did a few sample challenges down in Pirate. Did like two there.
Metropolis.
Yeah, that time when we done Metropolis versus Pirate.
Yeah.
You got you with me, right? Yeah, we had the shit
Pirate.
He drove all the way down just to go to another Pirate.
I know, I was vexed. I was like, man, like a 4-hour drive just to sit in Pirate when everyone's using Metropolis.
Mm-hmm. Even the other one, the first mansion we went to.
Oh yeah,
and the second one, yeah.
Then there was the Grantham one, and then there was
the one with loads of dogs. That was the.
You love that one. Your favorite.
I remember when we drove in and there was like just 15 dogs came running to the car. Do you remember? I think it was you, me, and Gami, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we're here. First time, first link up since we started the podcast, which is cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Were you in the UK when we started it?
No.
You'd moved at that point?
I think we started it when I'd left,
Just as you'd moved, yeah.
Surely.
I thought we did 1 or 2.
Maybe.
We might have done.
Maybe.
When did you move? Because I think we
January
started...
the 18th.
Okay.
2024.
Oh, it must have just been about that time then, because we started this in January, obviously. So maybe we did do like 1 or 2.
Yeah, just as you was packing the studio up, maybe.
Yeah. How do you find it being in person compared to doing online stuff?
Prefer it.
Yeah,
I like in-person podcasts.
There's no delays, no glitches.
Yeah, literally, we're not even really well, let's not say too early.
Yeah.
But we haven't really talked over each other just yet.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because Joe Rogan is barely ever because they've always got the headphones on, so apparently that helps. But then I was watching like an NBA podcast the other day, and they just got into this massive debate. You can't hear anything; it's just everyone's just shouting over each other.
I can't stand podcasts like that, man, where everyone's just like shouting over each other.
Yeah, it's terrible for the listener.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's funny, but yeah, when people are just debating and just interrupting, it's like you can't really get the grasp of what they're actually trying to talk about.
When do you mostly listen to podcasts?
Just driving. Yeah, just when I'm driving really. Or like if I'm just making like a thumbnail or something, for a YouTube video, I can just put that on in the background. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you?
Similar, definitely drives. If I'm walking my dog. And then sometimes if I'm just like if I'm just making breakfast, just eating, I'll just throw something on. I feel like I'm always consuming something. I don't know if it's healthy or not, but I've always, even when I go to bed now, I have to like put a podcast on.
Yeah,
just
I think it's an addiction.
Is it like bedtime
just hearing a voice.
Yeah.
I low-key think it might be like because I'm definitely feeling the same thing.
Do you do the same?
Like a dopamine addiction. Like before anything, like I'm going to start washing up. Before I start washing up, I need to find the perfect clip or something,
Some noise, yeah.
Find
just
a YouTube
something.
video or something.
Yeah, even if it's not even that relevant, just something, just voice, you know?
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
It's the same back in the days. People would leave the TV on and just have channels running.
Yeah.
But
Jeremy Kyle in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's the same thing, to be honest. because a lot of people can't sleep without having the TV on in the background, or that there used to be a thing at least. So maybe it's just a new version of that.
Are
Or
you
some
guys
people
like
need
that?
a noise, don't they?
Yeah.
Like I used to live with one guy who couldn't sleep without putting a hairdryer on.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You do that as well?
Yeah, like an airplane sound or
Yeah.
just straight white
White
noise. So it's
noise.
like a hum.
Right.
I find it easier to fall asleep to.
Yeah, I went on holiday with my girls' parents and like some of their side of the family, and they were American, and they live like in a hot part of America, and they always sleep with the AC on. So when they were there, it wasn't like that warm, but they put on like AC 10 hours of AC noise on on like YouTube, and just had to have it on, otherwise they couldn't sleep. But it's mad. I've been listening to. It is literally a podcast designed to sleep to. It's called Nothing Much Happens, and it's just this woman that speaks about nothing for like an hour, and it's like just different scenarios. Like over Christmas, she'd just be talking about getting into pajamas for Christmas on Christmas Eve, and it'd just be like a half an hour thing of that.
Is it like a nice soothing voice or something?
Yeah, like soft spoken,
like
dead chilled. You just like. It just makes you doze off, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing, because if you like, sometimes I'll put on a podcast to sleep, but then I'm actually interested in what they're saying. So then I'm just awake for a full hour, and I'm like, right, I actually just need to turn this off now.
yeah, I guess to that point.
You always got to try and pick something boring, or something that you've heard before. That's the trick as well.
Because then you can just not even listen to it at that point.
Miss it.
Well, speaking of, was it last week we were speaking about the last in-person podcast we did? It was that one in London, wasn't it? X10, podcast.
That was a while back now, wasn't it?
That was ages ago.
Yeah.
2022.
22.
How fast the time's gone.
That's crazy, man. 3 years. Does not feel that long.
That's actually mad. 'Cause I met you all in 2021.
Yeah, just
So it's been
post-COVID.
4 years since those sessions in Ocean Studio. Because I think that was the first time he met you guys.
Yeah.
But I also met you guys for the first time then. But
Yeah.
it's weird to think so much time has gone since.
Yeah, like 4 whole years. Yeah. Is that the first time I met you then, like 2021?
But I done a podcast,
That's
your
right,
podcast in lockdown.
So what year was that? Was that 2020?
2020, yeah.
I think same for us, like just a few months apart, wasn't it?
Yeah, I started YouTube February 2020. So it must
So
have been,
literally
like,
just
that
before
long.
lockdown.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to happen. Obviously, when I first quit my job and then lockdown hit, I was like, oh man.
But did you see like, because it was lockdown and everyone's views was kind of up, did you see like fast growth in the beginning?
I think so, yeah. Not like right at the beginning, but YouTube, the tutorial channel picked up faster than anything else. And at the time when lockdown hit, like I'd already quit my job anyway. It wasn't like I was out trying to find other jobs. I was just trying to make music happen. So it made no difference to me. I was like, right, either way, I'm just going to be locked in, making music, studying, learning the craft. So it didn't make a huge difference in that sense. I wasn't like panicking, thinking, oh, what am I going to do for work? Because I knew I wanted to just focus on like just trying to build a brand and not even worrying about money at first.
Yeah.
But luckily it just worked in my favor because everyone was at home watching videos, picking up new hobbies, weren't they?
Literally, that was a good time to start YouTube, I guess. And the boom of drill was ripe hot.
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
2020.
It was blowing up at that point. It's like perfect
that's why
timing.
I started the tutorials, because I enjoyed making the beats, but no one was really making content like that. Like you'd see a few people posting some videos, but no one was consistent with it, so it was just filling a pocket.
Yeah.
So it's perfect timing. It was like, lockdown hit, drills booming, everything just kind of came together.
Yeah. Hit the algorithm fast. Yeah. It's kind of mad. I feel like everyone's like, we almost kind of like converged onto the same path at one point, but all doing like completely different stuff. So like you had like the drill, like not just, I feel like you were doing like a lot of different things. Like you were doing, like,
I dabbled in drill, but it wasn't like the only thing.
it was like trap, drill, garage, like you were doing like a lot of different stuff, and you was like niche down to drill. I was mainly trap. And then, I guess just podcasts kind of brought us together initially. Your sessions as well, like when you were vlogging the sessions. And
podcasts are one of the best things. Like, if you're on a come up, it's like one of the best ways to build connections with people.
Yeah, 100%. Because you can get guests. You've been in experience. Like you can just get guests quite easily. It's like you just tell them you got a podcast. Trying to just build awareness for X, Y, Z, and they're like, I'm down.
If you've got something to show as well, like you've maybe built a little bit of an audience first or something, because then it's like so many people have a podcast now. So if you reach out to someone, I don't know, people are thinking, do I want to jump on this one?
Yeah.
I was kind of lucky early on. I don't know like what subscribers I was at when I hit you up, but you hit me back. I think even when I messaged you, I was like, he's never going to see this.
I don't really remember when you hit me up. I just remember filming it though.
Yeah.
And realising you was not that far because we was both in Manny at the time.
Yeah, you were in Manny at the time, were you? Yeah, I remember that.
Because you were doing was you doing yours at the same time?
Yeah, I had a podcast. I pretty much started it like early 2020 as well.
Yeah. No, not down.
Like literally as lockdown hit, I started my podcast.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
And I think for people like us who are at home most of the time, it's like we like talking about music and stuff, but a lot of the time we just don't have anyone to talk to about it because like our family don't really know about music. So when you meet up, it's not like you can like explain everything.
Yeah.
So when someone invites you on a podcast, it's like, all right, finally I can just talk to someone about music.
And it's not a burden.
There wasn't that many producer podcasts. I remember Carl Beats had one.
Yeah.
And I used to listen to that a lot.
Yeah.
Producer Grimes.
Illmind had one.
Producer I used to listen to that.
Yeah, Producer Grime was good. Those were like the main three.
Yeah. But there's no one in the UK really.
Nah.
Apart from
I didn't hear
you
any
two.
at the time.
Yeah. Did Sluggy Beats do one for a little bit? I swear he did.
Maybe.
One for
I went on his year, but I never saw it go live, I don't think.
Right.
So I think he started one at one point.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, don't you think, the UK has so many YouTube producers.
It's definitely like blood.
Yeah.
For such a small place.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in LA were saying that. They were just saying like they look at the UK and they think, man, do you guys just all know each other? Like, there's so many people out there. It's because we're so close. It's like even if you live different side of the country, you can get there in like 4 hours, can't you? So it's not like you've got to get a flight.
Yeah.
So it's easy for us to link up, I guess. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of
There's a
YouTube
lot.
producers.
Yeah. I remember speaking about that. Like, didn't you speak to, I think it was Infinite or something, you was talking about why don't you guys link up like more often? He's like, well, I've got to drive like 7 hours like for a lot of countryside to meet up just for like a few hours and I got to drive all the way back. Whereas for us it's like a couple hours and we still complain.
Exactly. And that's just for like West Coast. So if people are in different states and everything, then you've got to catch a flight for that.
Yeah. Even like from Europe, I mean, we met Chucky, Gami, and it's not a long flight. It's like an hour, a couple hour flight to Germany and train to Amsterdam. Didn't take long. So it's not difficult to get around Europe, really, and it's not that expensive to be fair.
Yeah.
So we're kind of lucky in that sense.
Yeah, it's nice for us. Just pay like £30 and get to a different country on a flight.
Literally, yeah.
You can literally do that if you're not like bringing luggage and stuff.
Yeah.
When I linked up when we linked to Sessional in Ireland, what was that flight? Like £30 each or something.
Yeah.
And we're there in like 40 minutes.
In the air for like 2 seconds.
Like up and straight down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah.
I think it also helps that everyone's kind of like a similar age.
Yeah.
Because you're not like having to make connections.
Are quite younger actually.
I feel like there's a new.
Similar.
I feel like we're getting to the older stage, and there's like newer, younger YouTubers popping up now.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
I mean, this is just how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
The cycle.
It's cool to see though.
I think we were all around like 26, 27, 20, around that age.
Yeah.
Plus or minus.
Say that for me too.
And then, but Jack was the youngest from the group.
Yeah.
When we would go on the trips.
Yeah.
But,
And he's the first to have a baby.
yeah.
Yeah, it's him and Cav, and they were like, you could tell they were the youngest because like we'd get up, especially in the first house, we'd be up around like 7, 8, like, and that'd be like a bit of a lay-in for us, and then they'd be waking up at like 1 in the afternoon. Just joining us like uni, almost like on that uni schedule. You know, just
of course.
Sleeping all day. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
What do you think's been the best year
for
in your
YouTube?
producing career?
Ooh, for me personally, it's got to be 21 or 22.
Have to be money or anything.
21, 22. I feel like 21 is when we first started working together, and I felt like my content was good, but then like I really found my flow. Like I was filming on Monday, that video's coming out Wednesday. Filming on Wednesday, that video's coming out Thursday.
Right.
Clockwork and like quality, like the second camera always there. That was
that was like such a cool, like no one was doing that at that point as well. And they're not really doing it now, but yeah, I remember I used to always watch them just because of the visuals. I was like, it's way nicer to just see that camera behind just moving about.
And I had this like really nice studio.
Yeah.
It was all kind of new.
fresh
I think that was like a good year for me. 22 was good too, but I slowed down a little bit because I was trying to figure out, okay, what next? But definitely those two.
What about you, Jay?
Trying to think, when did we do all the link ups? Was that 22?
21,
21, 22, yeah.
Maybe 21 was a good year then, because my channel like started taking off. That was when I was first like meeting everyone. You know, when your channel first starts like taking off, it's like it's like new and exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're meeting all these new people, like people talking about you and stuff, and then after a while it just becomes normal, doesn't it? You almost take it for granted.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was probably the most exciting year because obviously I risked a lot, like quitting the job and everything, and that was the year that made me think, man, this is like paying off. Like, I can make something crazy out of this. So maybe that year doing all the link ups.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same, to be fair. I was just thinking, I think the 2019 and 2020 was fun because it was COVID, and that was when I went like pedal to the metal with like YouTube stuff. I was like uploading 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week. Like, vlog style stuff. Really like excited to just film and edit. And then that kind of, I guess that's kind of how we all bumped into each other through that period, like through the podcast and stuff. Because I think we met one first, yeah. We did your podcast, and then we did yours a few months later. Yeah. And then at the end of both of those, we were like, oh yeah, well, once we're back in the UK and COVID's blown over, we'll like link up for sessions. And then they kind of fell into that. But I'd probably say same 21, 22, because we were meeting everyone at that point, weren't we? Everyone was linking up. And it was all new. Like everyone's kind of like, and I think it was new for everyone as well, roughly. So it wasn't like you had some guys on the back end of it just kind of not too bothered about sessions. It was everyone was just like hyped to
hungry, hyped to link up.
Yeah. So it was a good time.
What about you, best year of filming?
I'd say 21, 22.
Yeah.
Because the first year I'd left my normal job, was customer service. This was like gambling all of that to do YouTube. There was no safety. There was no structure.
Yeah.
And I remember speaking to Ocean, and I was like, this is when he put the offer out, you know, he's looking for a full-time guy. I was like, do you need somebody consistently? Because do you know when you have your income
like
monthly?
And then,
And I was like, what if he doesn't need me in 3 months?
Yeah.
So I'm having all these thoughts, and then I did like an overlap, and then I went to his studio and I just watched his workflow for like 3 or 4 days.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, now I can start editing and filming because I know how he works.
Yeah.
And then that year was like, it was all new, seeing different people, different artists.
Yeah.
And that was the fun year. But the second year was when we started doing the trips.
Right.
So you know that the one where we went to that house and it was the Euro finals or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the first one, Essex.
Then Cyprus was that. At the end of 2022, we had a few more, but I think those were like the highlights. Like after 23, I think all of the COVID stuff kind of calmed down. Everything was going back to normal, but then also like I stopped going down to London and I was just editing only. So those 2 years were like the best ones, I think.
Yeah, like good years for everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think just COVID. I think COVID was like a dream come true for a lot of us because it was just everyone was watching, and then that was kind of like what just gave us the business as well. Like we did. I guess none of us really realized it, but it's just like the kit stuff just started taking off without really having to really go for it and gun. It was just putting them out, and the views were just translating to sales, and sponsors were coming into, like everyone was hot on sponsors at that point, like Track Club, they were like sponsoring everyone. So yeah, it was just a good year, I think. It was a good year, like exciting.
And the beat sales as well, wasn't it? Like a lot of people who were doing the type beat game, their channels were blowing up as well.
Yeah.
Because everyone, all the artists were at home, not working, so it's like, right, just gonna try this rapping thing properly.
Yeah.
And I think in America as well, and over here actually, like obviously some people were in fucked up situations, but then some people were also getting like stimulus checks and equivalent over here. So people were using that money to like buy kits. I think Kavi was explaining that, wasn't he, in America? Or I heard someone else talking about it.
Someone was telling me this the other day. I didn't even know that you could get money during COVID.
Yeah.
And she got like decent money for not doing anything, you know?
Yeah.
Once the rent was covered and food was covered, they were able to save money.
Damn. It's pretty
so
good.
people had disposable income during that time. I don't know if it was like that for everyone.
No, it was the furlough scheme. So
Oh yeah.
if I got put on furlough, so basically, when everything closed for March, businesses were closed, but you would get paid,
Right.
and they would claim it back from the government.
Okay.
So I got full pay every single month for like 7 months.
And you was just chilling.
Yeah, it was like the perfect summer because all my friends were
That for
free.
some people is sick.
All went on bike rides and like
Yeah,
it was such
bike
a good
rides
time.
was crazy and
It's like in
manic.
the breeze.
Do you know
run
what
through
was
your
funny?
hair. It's like, it's nice, this COVID.
When I hit you up to do my brother's video,
Yeah.
I thought you was just gonna turn up with your camera. I thought it was just gonna be a little thing. And he brought like all his all his friends came through, and it was like an actual proper shoot.
Oh yeah. So I had my YouTube channel then,
Right.
the Creatables.
Oh yeah.
RIP to that. But all of them guys are different creatives. So like art directors, designers, like different things, writers and stuff. So I was like, how can I make this into a project? So when I'd met Ocean a year before. He came from Spain to Z's studio, Zishan's studio, and I helped them film a video. That was the first time I met him.
Right.
And a year after, I asked him, I probably had like 50 subscribers, and I asked him, would you like to do a collaboration? Same as you, I was expecting him to be like, nah, it's not worth it. But he did it, and he edited it and sent it himself. I was like, okay, fair.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then a few months after, he messaged me for a music video, and I was like, okay, how can we do this but add more layers to it? So then we went location scouting and stuff like that, and then that's when I met his brother. But I assumed Mars had done like a lot
Yeah,
of
you thought he
music.
was an actual rapper.
Yeah, I thought he was like professional, like be on it, but this was his first ever music video. Right. And then I got the vibe because he was kind of like, closed off and shy. And he was very young then. He was like 17 or something.
Maybe even younger, I think 15.
Yeah, he was very young.
That's his video.
Oh, 16 actually, because he was in the last year of school.
Yeah. And that was a good time because that was still during like lockdown time.
Yeah.
But everything relaxed over summer. But that was a good shoot.
I remember that as well. I remember you doing that video.
Good old days, man. Back in the many days. I was just thinking back to, I remember when we did the first session at your first place in Piccadilly, and it was a proper system you were going. I remember so I was like, when's the video going to drop? And you were like, probably in like 2-3 weeks from now, because you already had like 8 videos or like however many videos already backed up, like ready to go. And yeah, it was just like it's just like regimented.
Yeah. To put out that kind of amount, like 2 a week, but at that quality, I think we had to.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think you hit your stride with that for sure. Because it wasn't like a heavy edits, would you say? Because it was more, you had the footage that looked good visually anyway, so you didn't have to do any crazy animations in post. It was more just the vibes,
Back then it wasn't, Mr. Beast hadn't ruined editing at that point. Because it was, before we changed to like fast-paced, zoom in, this was more calmer.
Right.
It was like 2 angles, you'll see the screen from the back camera, the other camera's of Ocean's face, then you cut to screen capture, do a little bit of slow zooms, but then back, and it was like a 15-minute video.
Okay.
And then
For one beat as well.
Yeah. And then that changed 2 years after when it was like
2 beats in 7 minutes.
Yeah, and it was like bam, 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 cut, zoom, and then I felt like that stripped all the guts out of, why somebody's watching a tutorial.
Yeah.
But that became the norm, so people expected it. But I think it's kind of gone back now.
I was going to say, do you think it's
I
working
think it's
its way back?
definitely shifted back. I'm seeing videos that are like 20-minute, 30-minute videos doing way better.
Yeah.
I still feel like a lot of the fluff is cut out, which is like good. But definitely the longer videos are performing better. And I definitely think it's because more people are watching YouTube on TV now.
Yeah.
If you look at analytics, it might tell you like your percentage.
Yeah, it's growing a bit.
Do you think you can incorporate your vlogging back into the beginning? So you would do oats every single time in the morning, and you
Maybe
guys
not
would.
that. I feel like you still need to get to the point.
Okay, so
I don't think it can be. I mean, some people might be able to get away with it. It depends, innit? But I feel like if it's too random, your core audience will like it, but someone who clicks on your video, if I'm telling you how to make a Travis Scott beat and I'm cooking oats in the beginning, I personally don't like that.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when I was doing my vloggy stuff, I had to put at the beginning, immediately put skip to 4 minutes 30 something for the actual video, what the title is. Because people are like, well, what the fuck's what you doing? You're just like going for a run in the morning and stuff. So
I guess it depends how you package your video, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like how you present it. Like if it's a straight up tutorial, then it's going to be harder to include that type of stuff.
Yeah, it technically goes against all the retention rules.
Yeah.
Like the data rules.
I think
maybe
you
it's
still
in the
need
intro too, because it's like, yeah, you just want to get to it. But maybe if you could slot things in, maybe like a third of the way through, so you like give it some value, and then you start introducing some stuff. I'm just guessing that because I haven't tested it, but
I personally love that kind of content, man. I'm so glad that YouTube is making its way back there.
Yeah.
The Mr. Beast stuff, it was good in the sense that like you can see the correlation literally in your data. If you make it quicker, the retention kind of stayed really good. But it wasn't great. I liked the deeper connection on camera kind of vibes.
I remember testing mine as well. So I remember going through all my analytics, and it would be like, okay, most people are skipping the arrangement part. So I was like, okay, maybe people are bored in that part. So I started like cutting that out and just going like straight to the final listen or something. And then that had a negative impact.
Really?
So I looked at it and I was like, okay, people aren't watching this part. So I cut it out. And then it decreased the average watch time because the videos were shorter.
Yeah.
So then it started putting my videos to like 10 out of 10. So I was like, it's not making sense, because it's like, you check the analytics, you see what parts aren't doing well, fix that. But maybe it's because I went straight to cutting it out instead of like, okay, maybe I'll just take like 30 seconds out.
Yeah, just make it shorter.
Yeah. I'll still keep the video kind of long.
It's kind of tricky because it's like, you have to look at the data and you have to make changes, but then
versus the art.
Yeah, and then it's like you're always fighting those two things. Like you want to make videos that you like and would personally watch, but then if the data's telling you otherwise, then you're kind of like trying to work towards that. Then you stop enjoying it, you stop putting less effort in, and it's just that constant like back and forth to get it to the point where you like what you're putting out, but people are getting what they came for and what's like, you know, what the algorithm wants to see, you know.
Yeah. When you guys
tricky.
make content, are you making it with the mindset that no one knows who I am? Or are you thinking, right, this is for my core audience? Or do you mix it up? Because you know, when you watch like some videos, some people will like sort of introduce themselves in like every video, or be like, you know, it could be like, I'm Ocean, I've worked with so-and-so, you know, just to like kind of let people know who you are before you start giving the gems. Because then it's like, okay, I'm going to listen to this guy because he's got placements with so-and-so, he knows his stuff. But then I always think, yeah, but my core audience don't want to like hear that every time.
Every time, yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's tricky, isn't it? It's like,
maybe it just depends on the video. Like if you know it's going to be appealing to more of a broad audience, then it might be more worth to do it.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I don't know. When you watch content, like you say you watch Alex Hormozy a lot, he's someone that does that a lot. Like, I'm Alex, I've built blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Businesses. Does it really bother you that much that he says it?
No, he gets to the point pretty quick. And that's what got me thinking, because I've just noticed certain people like do that.
Yeah, if anything,
it's like
I
a
feel
YouTube
like,
trick, isn't it? Like you're supposed to like, I guess like show people why they should listen to you.
yeah, if anything, it's just a reminder, like he's the guy.
Yeah.
yeah. And I guess it's quick as well. It's not like a long spiel where he's like, I've done this, and he really explains everything about his business. It's more just like, I'm Alex Hormozy, I own a $7-figure business, whatever. Get straight into it. I've seen some content, I won't say names, but there's like I saw one where it's like, they just go through all their credits right at the beginning in every video, and it's like, I thought producers work with.
That's the thing. Like if I was recording like at the beginning of every video, I'm like, I'm Cactus, got placements with gigs and Noisy, and blah, blah, blah. Everyone would be like, all right, we've heard this. Okay, Mr. Placement.
Sorry, Mr. Placement.
But maybe that's just how we think.
That's what I mean. I don't know if we're in our own heads or not.
Yeah. So I think if it's just short and sweet, go through the biggest credits, or like go through the biggest accomplishments, just so people know from the off, then it's probably fine. Because I mean, I don't mind it too much. Yeah. But that's only me. But kind of tricky.
Yeah, maybe it's something to test. Because I'm just wondering if it will have a benefit on like new people. Because when I record, in my head, I'm just assuming it's like the same people watching all the time. But the reality is that's just not the case. Like random people find your video. You'll have your core audience who watch, but then there's a lot of new people as well who would have never heard of you. So then I'm like, should you let them know
yeah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah.
But do you guys remember your first ever video? And is it still public?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
mine is.
public. Mine's just like boring. It's just like
literally.
It's just so slow. The editing shit, the color grading shit. It's not like, you know how like yours, you were like shouting, trying to be someone. Mine was just boring. I just didn't know like how to act. And then after a while, I remember I was like, maybe I need to give more energy. And then when I watched some videos from like maybe like 2021, I noticed myself like picking up some energy and be like, yo, what's good, people? I'm just like, it's like cringy to watch now.
Yeah.
And now I've just gone back to I'll just try and just talk how I talk.
Yeah.
I try anyway, but I don't know, does it feel like fully natural to you yet? Like, do you think you do videos exactly how you speak normally? Or do you think you still...
No, I think I turn it up a little bit.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It used to be like the vlog stuff was like more natural, but still a little bit of a persona. Not persona, but you just talk up to the camera.
Yeah, just more camera presence, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas now, because I script a lot more now, it's trying to act natural whilst reading from a script is the key.
Yeah.
So it's like having to get a take where I'm like, it sounds like I'm just saying it naturally.
Yeah.
You know.
I really need to get a teleprompter. I only script my intros or if I'm doing an ad segment.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you do have like a long script to go through, like maybe it is an ad segment or something. Will you look at the script and then try and remember the words? And you can only remember like a sentence at a time. But even that, I like fumble my words all the time. So it takes so long. But I've seen Elgato doing a teleprompter now, which looks pretty clean.
Okay. Right.
I think it's like less than 300, but it's going to be like pretty good. So I wonder if that's just going to make it a bit easier.
Yeah. I think it's just getting used to like reading from it and then being able to sound like you're not reading from, just keeping it natural. Because I do what you say, like I'll have it written down, I'll check it, then I'll look at directly at the lens. Because I've seen a few guys, and to be honest, I don't think it really matters, but I've seen a few guys, you can see them like, the camera lens is there, but they're sort of just off to the side, you can see their eyes moving. Yeah. Whereas it doesn't really bother me, like I'm watching the video, as long as they're getting the message across, it's fine. But
that's in podcasts as well. Like some people literally have like a paper in front of them and they'll just read it off there.
Yeah. I'll tell you whose advertisements are jokes. You've seen Theo Von's podcast.
Oh yeah, his are amazing.
But even his sponsored segments are funny, man. It's like, I don't know, he just sounds...
Blue Chew.
Yeah. Yes, you should then use this product.
Flagrant are good at that as well. I don't know if you watch the Flagrant podcast. They do some funny ad segments.
They're like baked, aren't they, doing sponsored segments and everything. It's jokes. But yeah, I think it makes it funnier when they just put their own personality into it. It's not just like, they are reading it from a script, but they're doing it in a way where they're like, yeah, we know, this is a script, so I'm just gonna fuck around with it a bit.
Yeah. Do you two swear in your videos?
Sometimes. I feel like a lot of it has been cut out.
Someone asked me that recently. I think it was Steppers. You came to mind for a session. It was like, I've never heard you swear. I'm like, I don't know why I did that. I think in the beginning I thought,
wasn't there some myth about that YouTube demonetizes or you get less advertisements on your videos if you're more swearing?
Yeah, I think I was like thinking, I should keep it off because then it will appeal to a wider audience because YouTube won't I don't know, not shadow ban, but you know what I mean? I didn't know if they limited it to a certain audience if you've got that language in. But then when you go to select what ads are going on, you have to select the rating, don't you? And you can choose, I forgot what the option is now. Is it like if you swear in the first 10 seconds or something? That's one of the options. So I don't actually know if it makes a difference.
Would you say you're a naturally sweary kind of person?
I think I swear a lot if I'm just chatting with the boys and stuff. But in a tutorial, then maybe not. But I don't know if I've just conditioned myself to not include it because I thought I was going to get penalised for it.
Fair.
What about you two?
Yeah, occasionally. But not if it's not scripted, I'm just reacting to something naturally, then I might swear. But
the vlogs, I keep it in. Or if I'm just filming a studio session.
Yeah.
But if it's a tutorial, I'm I don't know.
What can you say?
Just put your fucking 808 here.
When I have edited Ocean's vlogs, he's never really sworn unless something was worth swearing about.
Yeah.
If a software is pissing him off, fuck this shit. But sometimes I'm like, you gotta keep this in there, and then he'll be like, leave it in.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of frustrations, what it makes the video more entertaining.
Yeah.
But if it's general swearing, I feel like it doesn't really add much to...
Yeah, not forced for the sake of it. It has to be natural. I think people do appreciate like natural content, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I know for myself, like when you're watching something, it's way more entertaining when it's just normal, like natural. Yeah, Ocean's got like the funniest, like the most chilled rage I've ever witnessed in someone. It's just like, like stuff breaks or crashes, you're like, fuck. And then that's it. It's like quiet, it's just like,
just Zen mode after that again.
Yeah, back to it. Whereas like we do sessions with...
Like Jack is more animated for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. If stuff's not going right, you know about it.
Yeah.
I remember we was in Amsterdam and we were setting up to film in that studio, and there was a problem with the screen recording. I think Ed had problems with his, and then before we even started filming, he needed an adapter, and he didn't have it, and then he was just like, oh fuck, like really getting like stressed out, and I was like, I ran to the shop. Picked up a couple, and then he ran out, got one as well, and he goes, oh yeah, it's sorted now, it's fine. So we got it sorted in the end, but that was like, he got proper stressed out about that one.
The first time you ever seen him like that?
Yeah, I think that was the first time he really got like a bit like, anxious, because there's a lot riding on it. You know, it was a big sponsored thing, and he needed to have it filmed. He was like, oh, video's fucked, like can't do it, video's done now. And eventually we managed to fix it. But yeah, I guess most of us are fairly chill for the most part. There's no one that's really like super stressed.
Crazy.
Yeah. More, I think it's a producer thing.
We're just notorious for being like just quiet in our room making beats, people that way.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of producers anyway.
I think it's more of an artist thing.
To be more like
outgoing and sort of run the room almost.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Presence.
I've got a question for you guys. What's been your favorite YouTube video to film? Minus the collaborations that you guys done with each other.
Or like minus the Cypress trip and everything.
Yeah. Like in your own place, or you in a pirate studio or whatever, what's been your one that you think about?
One for me is definitely the DJ one. The way how it turned out. Because I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I was very naive walking into that, I gotta be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. The forest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be easy. Two, I didn't know like little stuff like you need to buy music and put it on a USB. Like thinking
that
like
feels so outdated.
It feels
now,
outdated, right? Yeah. Stuff like that. But I liked how that turned out. I'm trying to think what else. There's been a lot.
Yeah, I've made it harder by excluding the Cyprus trips.
I know, that's because I would have just jumped to one of the collabs.
I'd probably say the street performer one, the first one I did. That was so like, apart from we framed it a little bit because he wasn't really a street performer, he was like just my ex-partner's cousin. Just it needs to do a bit of acting, walking through the town, but just how it just came together perfect. Like the session was just so fun. I was naturally just remembering I was just picking the camera up, getting some cool angles. Like it turned out visually really nice. The music we made was just completely different, and it was just really refreshing. I was kind of getting burnt out at the time, so it was just that kind of just revived it.
Yeah.
And it performs like one of my best performing videos, and it was just fun, man. It was just a really fun day. The weather was perfect. It was like proper vibe, middle of summer down in Newquay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably my favorite outside of the trips, you know.
Yeah. Another one of yours was the one where you went into some foresty area. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. Just like sampled like sounds out of the forest.
Yeah.
Trying to make it into a beat.
What about yourself, Jay?
What are you, Jay?
I'm gonna go with the one I did in Strasbourg with
Solka, yeah.
Yeah, because that was someone who so like when I was like learning how to make beats, I'd always listen to his on YouTube. He had like a massive type beat channel, and he wasn't someone that really had his face out there. He didn't make tutorials or anything. And then when I started growing my channel a bit, I did a Solka tutorial that caught his attention. We started speaking, and then I ended up flying out to Strasbourg, and that made me want to start like a mini series where I like go to a different country and cook up with a different producer. But the videos like didn't perform that well, but they were always like really fun to make. But it was like the ones you spend the most on, because obviously you're flying there, you're booking hotels and doing everything. But they weren't the ones that were getting like a lot of views, so it's like, man, wasn't sure whether to continue it, because I did that one. Then we also did the one with Al Hug. That was like another part of it. And then I did one with Chucky as well. So that was going to be like a 6 series to do, to just fly out to a new place. But you know, how many times can you do that? Like constantly flying out to film videos, it's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's more of a passion thing, isn't
The
it?
hiring musicians was kind of like that. It got really expensive towards the end to hire people.
Yeah. I feel like as long as you can kind of keep everything afloat financially and you can afford to do those trips, I think they're good to do. It's good to do for your core audience and just for your own soul, like just keeping it like excited about music, you know, doing those trips, because they were fun. Like I know when we did the Switzerland one, like it was a good experience. Videos didn't perform great, but for us, like it's good to have you know, as a memory, you know, you can sort of tell people about it in the future.
Even if I made just like the exact amount back and it was just like you'd break even just off that video, I'd be fine just doing that, like even just once a month just to make it a special thing. But exactly. Yeah, it's sad that those videos just didn't perform as well.
Yeah, it'd be good if you had maybe like someone, or if you could do it yourself, where you can just look for sponsors for certain videos like that, where you can at least get it covered. At least get it expensed by them, and then obviously you can give them promo in return. But it's like, that's a whole other job in itself, making sure you're looking for the right sponsor for each trip.
And also when you do a sponsor, like if you're flying out to cook up with a producer, you don't really want to put that pressure on to be like, I have to use this product in this video. Oh, let's cook up, but we've got to use this.
Yeah, we have to use this.
If it was like an ad segment where it's like, okay, this video is sponsored by so-and-so, then that's fine because you can just throw that in. But to actually use the product, it's a bit of pressure.
Yeah, and I guess you don't want to make them too salesy. You don't want to take the vibe away by cutting into a segment. You know,
you want it as organic as possible, don't you?
Question for you.
Go on.
Aside from our collabs, like together, what was the best one you filmed?
We've had some random, like the one in the guitar shop. When we saw Wiley randomly.
I remember seeing that.
I'm just filming this guy test the guitar, and he hears a voice and he goes, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like recorded on my camera. Right? He goes, "It's Wiley." I look over and then I hear him in it, and I'm like,
because he's got such a distinct voice. As soon as I heard it, and he walked in with like,
he came in taking over the
presence.
shop.
Yeah, he came in and he's like starting asking questions, and it was the days of the masks. And they're like, "So, can you please put your mask?" He's like, "I'm gonna put on a mask, man. Like, leave me alone."
Oh my god!
But the guy was being kind of aggy, innit? He wouldn't serve him. He's like, "You have to put on a mask. Please put on a mask." Like,
fuck. Yeah, you got his number right on that.
Yeah.
From meeting him.
But he said his number out loud, and then he caught it and so he was like, "Let me type it for you." So when I'm filming, I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna have to cut this part out." But that was one of the most randomest ones.
That was cool.
But I think apart from that, the collaboration ones became better as time went on because you see each other more. But I think the one with the Mexican band.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, that was great.
That was a fun one.
That was funny.
Because it was also the World Cup and the Mexican match was happening at the same time. Do you remember?
Oh.
So they were like getting like stressed in the background. But that was a good session.
Were they hard to record as a group?
A little bit, because I only had one mic up to mic them, so everyone had to come close.
Right.
I'd say what is a good video of yours when you pranked Ocean, pretending you knew what
that
you
was
were
a
doing.
good video.
I forgot.
Oh man,
You made like
that day I don't know, I was a little bit pissed off, innit? I felt like I was a bit
aggy.
I was a bit aggy that day, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get some acai. Let me just like cool off.
Oh yeah, because you left for a bit, didn't you? And then
You know what's mad though? Almost like 7 months before he gave me the idea, he goes, "It'd be sick if you pranked me one day." And I was like, okay. And then the opportunity came up, and I was like, because then I went to Z Studio, he made the beat.
Yeah.
And then I just had to figure out how can I get rid of this guy? How do I send him away?
Right.
So as soon as he said acai, I was like, oh yeah, go. So then I could do it.
slow the project.
Yeah, and I was hoping it worked because I didn't know if it would work from that to that.
Yeah.
Because he uses Mac and I think Z used Windows, so I wasn't sure.
Right.
But luckily it worked out well. But I don't know when you found out. At what point you knew?
I only realised when you played the beat.
Yeah.
Because when you played the beat, I was like, there's no way he made this quickly.
Yeah, you can see him reacting about like something.
But I had no idea you was going to prank me that day. I was more in my head like, damn, I just need to get this acai.
That was yeah, because I remember filming that video was fun because we used my vocals. Nothing started saying, oh shit, just saying random things, and he made it into this masterpiece, and then
yeah,
that was a good.
Okay, question for you guys: what's the worst video you've ever recorded, and did you put it out?
Worst video. Worst one. I'm thinking it must have to be one where things have gone wrong. We've had to like re-record. Like we had to redo one time, but it ended up banging.
That was a good video though.
Yeah. So I won't say that, but the worst one. If you guys have got one, go, because I can't think.
I got one, and it pissed me off because it's the biggest video on my channel.
Oh no, dude.
It's literally got hit like 500,000 views for some reason. I made a video. It's just a cook-up video. Timbaland had not long released his masterclass course, and I just saw on the advert he was using his mouth to like add beatboxing and vocals and stuff. So I was in the phase of like doing that, and basically I was just making a beat. It was like a shit beat as well. I think I made the 808 was out of key or something in the beat, and then I recorded my vocals and I used auto-tune on my voice, and for some reason I titled the video "The Best Free Auto-Tune You Can Get." And the thumbnail just was somehow like perfect. It was just the green and red split, the worst one, the good one. And the auto-tune segment's like 10 seconds. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this auto-tune. That was it. It was just, the rest of it was making a beat, and the video was shit. Like the edit wasn't the best. And it just got so many views, but it got so many dislikes, like a lot of hate in the comments. Yeah, I don't know why I titled it that way. I don't know why I packaged it that way.
You go on.
Go on.
You might know which one I'm talking about. The day went from being like, what do we do, to a music video came out of this song. So we started the video, and he had a Tinder date come over. That was the concept of the video.
Yeah.
She came. I started filming, and then when she was doing her thing, at one point, I just saw Ocean turn to me, and I was like, okay. I knew this was never making it out. We carried on though. We still filmed it, but
did this video come out?
No, it never came out. We scrapped it. We scrapped the video.
I don't remember this at all.
It was the girl, and she said she was a singer. I thought she
couldn't sing.
She just couldn't remember her lyrics, and she couldn't remember anything. And
I really have
and she kept messaging her friend to get the lyrics of the song that she wrote. And then you turned around to me and you were like, and I'm there in the back like, okay, with the gimbal, And then she went, and then Ocean goes, what a waste, what do we do? And I said, why don't you message Zayn Gawi and see if he's free?
See, I remember that part, but I cannot remember. I didn't even remember that we had someone in before that.
Yeah,
I don't remember who that is.
That video never made it, but it was so bad.
See this footage now.
And then when Zayn came, they sang the song Simple Guy. Got it made, music video filmed, and that actually came out. So from something bad, something good came out. But yeah, that was a funny situation.
My worst one is something similar. So I wanted to do a video inviting a subscriber, inviting a random subscriber to the video to make a full song, or like turning a subscriber into a rapper, something like this. And he came. I'd never met him. He just literally DM'd me and said, can I pull up to the studio? I didn't check out any of his music, didn't even check him out. I was just like, yeah, sure, pull up at this time. He came through with his girl. And then I pull up the beat. He's like, yeah, I want this beat. Then he went on the mic, and it was so bad. It was Odd who was filming this time. I looked at Odd and I was like, we're not putting this on straight away. It was so bad, bro. No. It was like off beat, off time, not in key. The lyrics were terrible.
Oh my God. Ticking none of the boxes then. Yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal.
Yeah, that's rough. I can't
think of that one. Did you keep all the footage from any of them?
I don't think I've kept the footage of that. It might be on a random hard drive.
You keep most of your footage, don't you?
Yeah, all the raw stuff.
It's a good idea, really.
So hard drives.
Even if you're just doing like tutorials and stuff like that, you keep all the raw footage.
Yeah, I've pretty much got them since like 2019.
Yeah. Wow. I wish I did that, to be honest. Especially for my vlogs. I've started keeping like a lot of the vlog content now. But like early on, as soon as the video went out, I just clear space on my drive and get rid of everything.
Fair.
But then like when I did the one with Solka and then he died, I was trying to find like the original footage because like BeatStars were asking me, they wanted to put a little video together and I didn't have it. And I was like, oh man, I bet there was like so many little clips in there.
Yeah, little
just for
bits.
memories. So I really need to keep all the footage down.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's just like a tutorial, you don't have to, but
Yeah, vlog stuff is good to
vlogs,
keep.
Yeah.
Keep all the raw stuff, because there's a lot of
Do you keep yours as well?
For vlogs, I just back it up on a hard drive. But anything from home, I'll just delete all the raw and keep the edited version.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's good just to hold on to the raw stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh yeah. I went to Silver Shark Studios in London, where the synths are, with Jack, Ellis, and Ink. It's not 7 Ink. Link. Is it Link?
Link, isn't it?
I always say 7 Ink. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, I think it's Link. So we went for a session. It was a sample flip challenge for one of Jack's sponsored videos. We got done filming. I think I filmed some stuff as well. And then they had this stupid drum machine that had just like, the Yin Yang Twins, the Whisper song.
Oh yeah.
Like, do, do, do. It had that. It had an 808, but you could pitch bend it. So we just kept fucking around with that and had all these random drum machines that had stupid sounds in. And for the last, we did all the filming in about 2.5 hours, but we had like 3 hours spare for the rest of it. We left the cameras rolling. I've got it on I'll show you actually. I've got it on my laptop. We just did like a DJ set.
Like I remember seeing that clip.
Yeah, we were just hitting all these synths. They're all plugged in. So like Ellis is on the move, just hitting like everything out of key. Me and Link are on one end. Jack's doing like this stupid drum pad. We literally did it for like 15 minutes. I've got it all recorded still. I was like, should we put it out? I was like, yeah, I'll put it out. And I never did it. But
it'd be a good TikTok.
Yeah. I think I might have put a TikTok out or something like.
Oh, did you?
I might have just put it on my story. Like when these producers paid X amount for an hour for this session, you just hear us playing like stupid shit.
Right.
But yeah, that was fun. What about you? Got a worst video?
Yeah, I was trying to think. I can't really pinpoint like one exact video. The most annoying times are just, I've done it so many times now where you've recorded a whole video and then realized that the audio's been off. Like either the screen audio or the camera mic or whatever it is. And I've done that a couple times. They're the ones that just come to mind like straight away where it just feels like everything's gone wrong.
Yeah.
It's just I can't think of like one apart from that I really hate filming.
I remember one with Kasawi that we did, and he had plugged. He had a shotgun mic at the time, I think. Yeah. And you put it in, turned it on, but he just didn't plug it into the camera, so he just got a camera audio instead of the actual mic.
Yeah, that's the worst. I've done that when I've filmed like some sponsored videos as well, where I've like filmed the whole video. Everything's been organic, and I'm like, man, the mic wasn't connected. So I've had to use like the inbuilt camera mic. I tried to use like AI to change it, but then your voice just sounds really robotic, doesn't it? I don't know if you've tried to use it.
I've not used AI, not like just on, on voices, but yeah. In what way? Like, what does it do?
You can run it through like Adobe. If you're using like Premiere Pro as well, they have sort of like an autocorrector where there could be like loads of like, if you're just recording from like the standard camera mic, you hear like loads of reverb. There's not that much bass in your voice. It's just like doesn't sound great. It will try to turn it into more of a podcast voice, but because of the heavy processing, it almost like cuts little parts out. So you kind of sound robotic. Yeah. So you do that, and then I try and blend it in with the original one. So I can find like a good balance. But then a lot of people comment in the video saying, "What's up with your mic?" Or "I just sound like a robot," and all this. So I feel like you're just trying to polish a turd and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of cover it up.
There is the Adobe one is 50-50 sometimes. Yeah. But there's another one. It's called Phonic or something.
Oh, okay.
That recovery of audio is supposed to be better.
Is it?
You get like 100 hours free every month as well, so you can do a big chunk. But
I'll have to try that. Hopefully there's not going to be a next time, but if there is, then I'll try that.
But I was going to say, being a YouTuber at the same time as doing music, you have to learn skills that you'd never think you would. Like the amount of technical issues you have, and you try to look for how do I connect this to this, how do I make the sound record from this software.
You gotta learn so many different skills. Like you've got to have so many hats. The business hat, the videographer hat, the editor hat, music hat. Like this is just everything, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's not as easy as just, all right, let me record and record my screen, because there's still little things in between that even to this day you might go to a new studio and you don't know how to connect things.
Yeah, when you're doing sessions, there's always problems trying to connect to like the interface, and you can't get the internal audio, and then something goes wrong halfway through, and just shit's breaking all the time.
Yeah, that's the behind the scenes stuff everyone doesn't see. But some sessions will take like 2 hours just to set up, won't they? Because something's not working. It took us an hour to figure out this setup.
It was literally taking an hour.
I remember when you both did a sponsored one.
Yeah.
And the whole thing didn't, the screen capture was messed up for the whole thing.
Was that with Keon? Was it that one?
Or was it Pirate?
It was in Pirate. It was,
in Manny?
I don't know. Yeah, it was in Manchester.
Yeah,
it might have
that
been
must
that
have been
one.
that one.
It was for a plugin or something.
Yeah, we had
remember,
Keon come and we were making a beat, then got him on it. But I think the beat making part of it, the whole screen recording just like didn't work, or like 5 minutes did. So we had to redo it. But that video actually slapped in the end.
Yeah.
Like, I think that got quite a lot of views.
People wanted to release that song.
Yeah. I don't know why we never did. Because he was on it as well.
Yeah. I don't know, just missed opportunity, innit?
We messed up.
Weren't thinking like that.
It's tough because you kind of just, mentally you just check out. Once the video goes out, that's it, isn't it? You're just like, okay, what's the next one?
Just on the next one, literally.
People are like, you should release it, and you see the comments, but you're just like,
There's been a lot of songs that we've made in these videos that it would have made sense to probably drop.
Yeah, for sure.
The only one that I did drop ended up getting like 500k streams.
No
wow.
way.
And it was, his ones did well, but I did like hiring Fiverr musicians to sing on my beat or whatever. Right. And one turned out good, so I thought, okay, let's release it. Didn't think anything of it, and it did. It streamed well.
Nice.
500k as well.
So I think there's as long as I think Kyle Beats is probably like the best example of that. Really.
Yeah.
If you tell the story behind it quite well, people give it a chance.
I think it's because with our schedules, like we try and get the videos out one after the other. So we'll get the video done, won't we? And then to get the song finished, mastered, uploaded before the video comes out, it's kind of tricky. Whereas Kyle's like uploads would be like, he just upload once a month maybe, or once every 2 or 3 weeks. So I think he just made sure the song was out ready, so he can just link it straight below if the video blows up.
Yeah, smart.
Song blows up with it. Yeah, I tried that with the Maxine video. Was it just the Maxine one? And I did one with this smaller guy called Ronnie. He was like a singer. I tried a similar format to Kyle Beats, but yeah, it's very stressful when you're just doing it on your own, like filming it, editing it, getting the song finished, made, mixed well, mastered enough so it's good quality, and then
wanted to create all the short form content as well.
Yeah.
To promote the song.
Yeah, all the stuff around it, and then waiting a couple of weeks, because you have to wait a couple of weeks to upload, to make sure it's on every platform before you put the video up, so you can maximize it on that end. So it's a bit of a headache, but if you've got like the time to do it, then it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So what's the future looking like for you guys with YouTube? Do you think it's something that you're going to continue doing for as long as you can, for many, many years? Or do you feel like you have an exit plan or an idea of where you want to go?
I think about it sometimes. Wonder if I need an exit plan, but kind of just rolling with it at the moment. Because I've just noticed how fast things can change as well. Like you'll have one idea for a little while, and then a few months later, your mindset is completely different and you're focused on something else. So I feel like trying to think like 10 years ahead, it's just not going to work like that. Because so many things change. And obviously we don't know where technology is going to go as well, how AI could impact us. There's just so many variables. So I'm like, maybe I don't need to think that far ahead and just run with what's working for now. And if I need to change things at some point, then we'll pivot. Because you can't predict the future, can you? Like, we don't know what things are going to be like in 5 years. So we could think like, right, I need to do this in 5 years. But then when it gets to that, the whole game's different, the algorithm's different, like everything. So yeah, I don't think I've got like a major plan like that. I think just continue to grow YouTube, the sample pack business. Definitely want to work on plugins as the next thing. And and then see where I go from there. Who knows? Maybe one day I might want to shift towards working with artists, but we'll see.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, same really. Just rolling with it at the minute. Had a rough time 23 and 24. Just like numbers were down, felt burnt out. Didn't really know what content I wanted to make, but just kind of like powered through. You know, as we always do. Like, you know, just always make the next video. But yeah, I don't know. I've got nothing planned moving forward. Got more of a like clear direction, more so in these days, and getting more motivation for it. It's just a good way to kind of bring in traffic for certain things. Like now I'm doing the mentorship stuff. Like it's good for that. I can just kind of sort of maybe I'm just like shifting the content more towards like just helping producers, not with like specific things, but just like more broader topics. So yeah, that's where I'm at the minute. No like crazy exit strategy right now. Nothing like in the works for sure. Yeah.
How about you,
Ocean?
I always just want to keep on doing YouTube for as long as I can, really.
As long as possible. Yeah.
It's always, for me, it's kind of like dipped in and out of different stages and different types of content. But I do just want to like, just keep on releasing content, basically. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing YouTube.
Yeah.
So I just want to keep on going.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. I think especially back, like we say, in 2022, 21, like having that like fire and that like feeling of like every video is just fun to make, and you get like a bit of a buzz from it, don't you? Especially when videos perform well, or not even just perform well, but just making videos that you like.
Yeah, just
really fucking enjoy making that video. So yeah, and I think as well, like you get a lot of producers, it turns into like a job almost, where they just turn into like beat machines, whereas we've got like the luxury of we can dabble in making a sample pack, we can work on content, we can make beats as well. It's not just one specific thing that we're doing. So keeps things fresh.
For
sure. Man. How about you, Eves? You gonna give up videography at any point?
No, AI can't replace me yet. You know, I've been thinking, what I always wanted to go into was like documentary type of like filmmaking, but I've always enjoyed like the spontaneous part of it. So you know, like how we film your sessions and we do different things, that but done more cinematically, even more than has been done before.
Yeah,
like using anamorphic lenses and a proper cinema camera and like capturing proper audio and stuff like that. I think having that level of quality is what I'm trying to push to now. And it's like not just filming for the sake of it. I don't know if you've ever seen like Logan Paul vlogs, but he has a video, but he also ties a narrative into it from the beginning to the end.
Oh, okay.
It's not just here's my life. It's like there's a key thing that carries all the way through.
Right.
And if you watch his recent vlogs, it's filmed in that kind of like widescreen style with those lenses, and I think that's where I want to like move to. So I've just been like researching different things of how people create that concept, because Netflix has good documentaries. I don't know if you've seen any, but they break it down into 3 formats. So I've been trying to like get their template and how can I make that into a YouTube digestible thing.
Right.
But that's the long term
next step.
Yeah.
I think that's what, like an hour at least.
Yeah, it's a good end to the podcast.
Wrap up.
Yeah, solid ep.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. First ever in-person podcast. Next week, back to normal, but I'm sure we'll do another in-person one soon, won't we?
Maybe in Thailand. That's the next one. That's the next stop.
So appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.